Good afternoon from a very soggy Los Angeles, California. We're at the Staples Center where former Aggie basketball stars DeAndre Jordan and Alex Caruso call home, and where the current Aggie men's basketball team will try to advance to the Elite Eight for the first time in program history. Well, 3 straight SEC wins for momentum, an extra week to prepare, and facing the quarterback fighting for his job. A recipe for an Aggie win on the road at Mississippi State, right? Well, unfortunately, sometimes things don't always work out like they're planned. Well, it may be quiet right now, but at this time tomorrow, those stands in this stadium are going to be rocking. The Bearcats are in town to face the Bison of North Dakota State with a trip to the national championship game on the line. Well, good evening, Kathleen. It's a bit of a gray, kind of a windy evening here in Omaha, the greatest show on dirt. 2 games, 18 innings, 54 outs. All that stands between Sam Houston State and a first ever trip to the College World Series in Omaha. No turning back now. It is official. Jimbo Fisher introduced today as Texas A&M's 29th head football coach. He met with his team a little earlier this afternoon. The Aggies have faced number 1 and number 2 so far this season. The current number 5 and number 8 teams are on the schedule later. So tonight it was a surprising number 13 in the Kentucky Wildcats. Well, the win is a win, but head coach Jimbo Fisher says his Aggies might have played their worst game of the season in a 24-17 win over the Arkansas Razorbacks. A big thing he harped on was more consistent play out of his team. Adrian Bernal stands out from the rest.
He is an exceptional athlete. He listens to us. He's very, very coachable.
The Texas A&M sophomore is one of the best in the world at the sport of judo.
He's one of the up-and-coming USA judo athletes out there.
It's a sport that's taken him on a journey from his native New Jersey to College Station, and now to representing his school and country at the Junior World Judo Championships in the Bahamas.
All my hard work from here and back home at my other judo club, it's just they've done nothing but help and support me, and I'm truly grateful for it.
Bob Perez has coached the A&M team since 1993.
Good clean throws.
He says Bernal excels in a sport where discipline and humility are paramount.
You could be the best person in the world, a world champion, Olympic champion, but you're that world champion, Olympic champion for that one day. Because any other day, anybody else can beat you.
As the top-ranked American, Bernal believes he has what it takes to be the world champion.
My main goal is just to stay focused and play my judo, because in the end, that's what I know, that's what I'm going to go out there and do.
Jake Kobersky, News 3 Sports.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
For Andre Sims, it's more than football. It's family.
You know, my stepson's on the team, and one of the biggest things for me was how cool would it be to get to line up on a football field with him.
Sims helped organize the Madisonville Broncos, the Brazos Valley's newest team to hit the gridiron. He's also the team's quarterback. The Broncos are a semi-pro football team that play in the Texas United Football Association. The roster is a mixture of talent. Some played in college, while others haven't played since high school.
Go right there. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Just to be able to put pads on again, it felt good. It felt like something I ain't done in years, which I haven't. And, I'm blessed for that.
All are proud to represent Madisonville and the surrounding community.
It's an unforgettable experience, and we're looking to build memories with each other and, just have something to tell our kids about. We're pretty excited to be a part of it.
And while winning is the name of the game, Sims says these Broncos want their impact to be bigger than the final score.
We fed at the House of Hope here in Madisonville on Thanksgiving. We had 26 out of 42 of our guys show up. Let's use this to be a tool to try to get them involved in their community and try to get them involved in, everything that the youth are doing.
In football, that's what you call a dual threat. In Madisonville, Jake Kobersky, News 3. Hey there, Daryl, and good afternoon from a very soggy Los Angeles, California. We're at the Staples Center where former Aggie basketball stars DeAndre Jordan and Alex Caruso call home, and where the current Aggie men's basketball team will try to advance to the Elite Eight for the first time in program history. Survive and advance. That's the name of the game and the spectacle they call March Madness. For the Aggie men's basketball team, it's a chance to do what so many thought impossible just a few months ago.
Just knowing what people predicted us to do at the beginning of the season, knowing that they didn't even expect us to be here, and just knowing that we're playing for something bigger.
Bigger, like an Elite Eight appearance, something no other Aggie men's basketball team has ever done.
Just basically just leaving our legacy. We've been in the point where we've been in Cali and we lost in the Sweet 16 to Oklahoma, and so So just learning from those type of experiences, and go back and look at what we did wrong.
To do that, the Aggies will have to top a tough Michigan team that has won 11 games in a row and been to the Sweet 16 4 times in the last 6 years. But this Aggie team has no problem staring adversity square in the face.
When our backs are against the wall, we always find a way to battle out and come out on top. And so we just really have leaned on each other and stayed together and stayed the course.
The Aggies and Wolverines will face off tomorrow at 6:37 Central on TBS. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll dive into the X's and O's and see how the Aggies match up against the Big Ten champs. From the Staples Center in Los Angeles, Jake Kobersky, News 3 Sports.
News 3 Sports starts now.
Playing good ball with their backs against the wall. The Aggie softball team suffered a heartbreaking loss to Florida last night in their Super Regional opener, but dug deep tonight to even the series with the second-seeded Gators. For a second straight night, the Aggies would grab an early lead on Florida. First inning, Sarah Hudek is going to go yard to center field right there. A&M out to the early 1-0 lead. They build it to 2, see Florida tied in the third, then take the lead here in the fourth. Nicole DeWitt singles to right to plate Jamie Hoover and Hannah Adams as the Gators look to be in control at 4-2. But Tori Vidalis doesn't want this to be her last game in the maroon and white. With 2 on and 2 out, she crushes this pitch over the wall in center field. Aggies go ahead 5-4 as Vidalis becomes the all-time A&M leader in runs scored with 196. Peyton McBride is able to get the job done the rest of the way. She strikes out Danielle Raminello to end it. Aggies win 5-4, their first win in 9 tries at Florida.
I'm proud of the way our team came out and played today. I thought we showed a lot of character, being able to bounce back from a really disappointing outcome last night. It showed the maturity in our ball club and our fight, and this is a team win.
Game 3 for a trip to OKC is tomorrow at 4 p.m. over on ESPN. The Aggie baseball team got a much-deserved day off today at the SEC tournament in Hoover, Alabama. It was after being firmly on the NCAA tournament bubble after a series of losses to South Carolina last week. The Ags have rattled off 3 straight wins, the latest being a 4-2 decision over Auburn Thursday night to advance to the tournament semifinals for the 3rd time in the last 4 seasons.
It's been an emotional 3 days. They've emptied the tank, and we've played at an incredibly high level. So, we'll give them a chance to catch their breath a little bit and be ready to go on Saturday.
The Aggies will face Ole Miss Saturday at noon in the semifinals. They beat Auburn tonight 7-0. Sam Houston State baseball looking to stay alive in the Southland Conference tournament today, taking on Houston Baptist. Huskies go up 1-0 in the second, but not for long. Riley McKnight sends this 2-2 offering to the wall in left field. That will clear the bases, allowing 3 Bearcats to cross the dish. General Sam takes a 3-1 lead. Cats would add another run in the second to go up 4-1, but HBU would even it back up in the 6th. Jack Pulchion will give this pitch a ride over the wall in left. The 3-run shot ties the game at 4 apiece. Later in the 6th, Jake Scott will put the Huskies back out front for good. His solo shot over the wall gives HBU a 5-4 lead. They'd add a run of insurance in the 9th and go on to beat the Bearcats 6-4. Sam Houston, the SLC regular season champs, will find out their postseason fate Monday.
It's not what any of us expected, or it's not, that's not the way we drew it up. Obviously, to find ourselves in the loser's bracket, which is one thing, but then, to come out and not advance past this game, it's a hard one to swallow. If we get to keep playing, that'd be unbelievably great. I know that's what these boys want to do, and that's what us coaches want to do. If we don't, I'm still proud of these guys no matter what.
Again, the Bearcats finding out their postseason fate on Selection Monday. That's this coming Monday. Brazos Valley Bombers opened their season tonight with a win against Texarkana Bob's squad. 1-0 on the year. Again, that final score 6-4. After losing starters Robert Williams, Tyler Davis, and DJ Hogue to the NBA draft, the Aggie men's basketball team finally got some good news today. Guard Admon Gilder has officially removed his name from draft consideration and will return for his senior season. Gilder battled a number of injuries last season, but still managed to average 12.3 points and 2.6 assists per game for a Texas A&M team that fell to Michigan in the Sweet 16.